started with the Las Cruces International Mariachi Conference in 2002 as a student of a participant of the conference. And I attended the conference all the way up until 2007 with our community group, Escuelas de Plata. And we performed on the stage as participants. We performed several years in the student showcase. And to be able to go from that to where I am now as the executive director has been just that full circle. The leaders of the conference and the volunteers and the committee members, we got to be sure that we're passing that same aspect on to the next generation. So of course the arts, the culture, the traditions of mariachi and folklorico dancing is what we do through our conference and our workshops, and not taking a new direction or recreating the wheel. It's making sure that we're focusing on the students. Cobre was a key aspect to the birth of this conference, and they have been there to support and to help us grow along the way. And so I think it's important to see for the community to see that, and for the students to know that Cobre is always here for us, and that they want this as much as we do, as much as the students want to be here. Cobre is right alongside. It's a side-by-side effort. It's amazing.
Mariachi Cobre has a very special connection with educational events. We've been directly involved with it since 1983, when we were an integral part, and we had invited Mariachi Vargas, and after San Jose came Las Cruces. So we've kind of come full circle, this being the anniversary of the first one 24 years ago. I believe it's been on a bit of a hiatus, but Mariachi Cobre made a commitment upon the invitation from the committee of the Las Cruces conference in 2017 to come back. Cobre said, "Yeah, we would like to do that." I think we have a very great history here in Las Cruces. They actually called us the Padrinos of the Las Cruces conference, and it was such a great meeting place. It was such a great social event for a couple of decades. Many people from Hawaii, people from the Midwest, Chicago, California, Colorado, Texas, all of New Mexico. It was a great gathering, a great social gathering. Joe Baca take the reins, a very competent, degreed music educator, great mind. So Joe did a great job, and I think the participants and the directors of many of the groups that came were very happy. I know from a classroom content perspective, I feel very good about what Mariachi Cobre and all the other instructors, dance and music, I feel very good about what we provided the participants and the directors and everyone that came and paid their hard-earned money to be here. So I think they got their money's worth.
we put the students in the forefront, and we keep our registration fees low so that more and more students can take advantage of this. Because everything that we provide these students, that registration fee is a small portion of what it actually takes to put on a conference. And so when these corporate sponsors come in, they're not sponsoring, a large act or a large facility. We've really downsized this year to make sure that every penny is going towards these students.
Keep it going.
They have a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for them to be out here singing and dancing and just...
The kids, we spoil our kids. We have barbecues for them, we have participant receptions for them, we have anything and everything. It's like they come into our home and we receive them like that.
I, as an educator and a retired teacher, remember the conference sharing tickets with teachers.
Enamorados, vamos a ver lugar, buscando brillos, colgados de cometas sabor, a un par de niños.
Well, a lot of it was because of my brother, and we're about 4.5 years apart. I mean, he started playing in the changos first, and of course back then was the Beatles and the Beach Boys and those kind of group, the Righteous Brothers. I was into all that stuff. And here's my brother playing mariachi music. I was like, whoa, you know what? Until I saw it, and I told my mom, that's what I want to do. There's a lot of responsibility. Cobre has grown so much that it's not just a hobby like it used to be back home. It's a business now. I feel I've accomplished quite a bit. I'm very, very, very satisfied to see that we've done something to inspire the children to study music. We emphasize the theory, the technique, not just learning mariachi songs, but more about learning, for example, in voice, learning technique of the voice, technique, violin technique, trumpet technique, not just to play mariachi music, but to just be a trumpet player, be a singer, be a violin player. We emphasize that highly. So not only, you can play mariachi music, but you could play any kind of music. And we emphasize if you can get private instruction, I always highly recommend trying to find a voice teacher for a lot of these vocalists, because it's scary to see them sometimes, and they're straining and they're pushing, and because they see a lot of other people in our kind of music doing that, but they don't realize the dangers of pushing or effect that it could have on them. Changuitos Feos formed in 1964. They were the first mariachi juvenil in the United States, the first one. And now today, I couldn't even begin to count how many mariachi juveniles there are. We had a relationship with the Walt Disney Company when we were in the Changos for Cinco de Mayo celebration in Disneyland in California. So we'd go every Cinco de Mayo to Disneyland, the different generations of the Changos. And when Randy and Mac graduated from the Changos in '71, we formed Cobre. They went out and did 3 months in 1973, I believe. in Florida. When the concept of Epcot came about in Florida, Disney called Cobre back, and we've been there ever since 1982. A lot of the guys were involved in education before or while we were playing music, so I think that that's a plus for us, that we have those educational skills to communicate and to convey.
Yo pongo todo de mi parte y no es suficiente. Es como seguir nadando contra la corriente, amor.
The members of the board and all the members, all the volunteers, over 300 volunteers, they even come from Arizona. A los 300 y pico de voluntarios también vamos a darles un fuerte aplauso. They've done another magnificent job.
I brought it to our foundation board, and Erlinda Portillo was on the board at the same time, and she saw that this was a project she thought would work, so together we lobbied to get this project into the foundation, and we invited another young organization in our community into it, the Hispano Chamber at that time. So we had two young organizations that wanted to be visible and do something in the community. As such, that's really how we got our roles as directors, because we came in representing those two organizations. And after the first conference, we realized we didn't need this project for fundraising. We needed this project for the young people and the youth and the community impact, and for preserving a culture that was always in danger of being lost for many years. I feel like this conference, it actually does several things. It reveals our culture where we're able to share it with others. It reinforces the culture, it preserves it, and enhances it, particularly in our youth, because sometimes they don't have an opportunity to really be exposed to it except from their roots and from their grandfather, grandmother. But when they come to something like this, share it for so many days with their peers, they're able to learn, internalize. Then they have people like Mariachi Cobre that they respect. They look up to them, Mariachi Reina, the role models, Aida Cuevas, these wonderful people who are basically at the pinnacle, the peak, of this type of genre of music. These young people, that's what brings them to it. That's what attracts them, draws them, and then it's reinforced in them, and they go on and share it with others.
I think our secret is that when we visit with our planning committee, which is the base, the core volunteer group, when we see what transformations occur with the young people, I think it's a labor of love. Cobre is the heart of much of the success of this event, because it was their vision on how to structure the curriculum so that the classes are run, in such a way that there's no disruption. Everyone has the same curriculum to be working on at the same time. They knew and they understood how to make this happen. And that is why I think the students gravitate to this conference, because they learn. I mean, they literally learn in 3 days what they're performing at the concert. I mean, I don't think I could do that, but they have this systematic and this very structured approach, and the children and the students have such respect for Cobre. I think they try real hard because they want to impress Cobre.
Porque
We also have our dance instructors who come in from Mexico, Guadalajara, Nayarit. We have a wonderful group. Then we supplement those as well with our other invited instructors from Arizona, Texas, California. These are the most talented group of educators and professionals that you'll find.
Phyllis, what drives you with this?
Sorry. It's hard. It's the young people. It is. Every year by this day, we're emotional about it and why we do it. It's the young people, and we see them come in and we see them, how it impacts them, how it changes them. We reach out, many of our youth here are at-risk youth, or New Mexico is economically challenged. We see this and they come in and they're so eager to learn, to participate. They perform. We see it literally changes them. It's confidence building. It changes their images, their self-images. They're relating with peers. They're reconnecting with their families, their roots. In the short time we have them here with us, you literally see it happen year after year.
Thanks be to God. Dale gas.
Oh, my faith. Without my faith, where do we go? That's our direction for us. We have, other than our careers and whatnot, but we always fall back on someone. And so normally it's our faith, and for us it's our faith. We're in need, and where there's joy, we always give thanks to the Lord. Oh, well, hey, you talking about soul right there. They're right in the heart. I'm sure that the other cultures say the same thing. The Irish probably say the same thing with their pipes, and it goes on. But in our case, it's mariachi.
Reed, what's your name?
Carlitos.
And what do you think of this outfit? Do you like wearing it?
Sí.
¿Me podrías explicar qué es?
Es un charro, dile.
Un chao.
¿Vas a ser cantante también?
No.
Dile, voy a bailar.
Voy a bailar.
¿Te gusta bailar?
¿Ya lo traes en el baile también?
¿Cómo,
Qué
cómo
bueno.
bailas? ¿Me puedes enseñar? Sí,
Dalo.
Dale. Qué bien. ¿Y también sabes hacer el grito? ¡Ua!
Ua.
I was in the conference and I was pregnant at the time, so he started since he was in the womb. So I started dancing and he was with me. So he's liked it ever since.
And you, how long have you been here?
13 years.
What you started?
Just the love of dance.
And Las Cruces basically is a very cultural community. The diversity here is unbelievable, and that to me says a lot about sharing our culture.
Pero los hombres eventualmente tuvieron que reconocer que las mujeres también pueden mantener muy alto la música del mariachi.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are Mariachi Reina de Los Angeles, and it is a great honor to be known as the first all-female show mariachi in the United States.
Mariachi Reina is unique also. I remember when we brought them the first time, everybody was just amazed that women could play that quality of music. And we ask the community, who would you like to see? And we don't just pick, we want to know what our community wants to see. And that's important in our marketing strategies. And so Mariachi Reina, I think has a flair about them. They have fun playing, and it's important for our kids to know that you can also have fun, perform, and make money at the same time. I think those are three elements that not too many jobs offer us. They're not afraid to get off of the tradition and do a cumbia, and get off of the tradition and do a country western mariachi style. What that tells the public is that they are musicians. They can play all styles of music. And that's also important to our young people, that they also can understand that just because they play mariachi music, that's not the only thing they can play, but they can learn American style music, mariachi, the mariachi way.
Qué bonito es Chihuahua. Ya me voy, ya me despido, no se les vaya a olvidar. Pa' gente buena en Chihuahua.
¡Hola, Chuyita! ¡Bailamos, comadre! ¡Ahí te llegan, ¿cómo se llama, Gina? What's her name? ¡Hola, chaparritota!
Little girls that come and we want to audition. We want to either audition or they want our autographs or they just want to play something for us. It makes us feel so good that they have a role model to look up to. It's not just all male mariachis. They say, oh, you know, when I grow up, I want to be in that group. They have something to look, something to inspire them to keep on going, not to just, well, what am I going to do later? I mean, they have something to look forward to. You know, I want to be in that group.
A la embajadora de la música mexicana, a toda una mujer, Aida Cuevas.
Ay, amor de mis amores, te vengo a entregar mi copa. Ando llena de ilusiones y quiero besar tu boca. Quiero decirte cositas que traigo dentro del alma y quiero echarme en tus brazos. A la luz de los cocuyos. ¿Cuántas noches de tu vida habrás pasado conmigo, contando las estrellitas y solo Dios de testigo, siempre con la cara al cielo, contados por la luna, contando las estrellitas, decirles una por una. Y desde que antes sola y te contesta marido, vas a estar comprometido cuando resulte la bola. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, mamá, por Dios, que borracho vengo, que me siga la tambora, que me toque el que libre, después el niño perdido y por último el hijo para que vean cómo les visto.
Ok, es ella. Mucho gusto, Bárbara. ¿Cómo están, muchachas?
Realmente cuando venimos de este lado y nos damos cuenta lo que quieren y lo que aprecian nuestra música, es como dicen ustedes, un mixed feeling, ¿no? Da tristeza y da alegría. Da tristeza ver que nosotros hemos perdido todo ese tipo de valores. Bueno, yo no, porque yo sí me siento muy orgullosa y trato de inculcárselo a mis hijos, de estar con mi familia y escuchar este tipo de músicas y de tratar de que no olviden sus tradiciones. Tengo 3 hijos, los cuales se quieren dedicar a esto, quieren ser músicos. El mayor quiere ser concertista de piano, el que sigue quiere cantar pop, pero saben música ranchera, a eso es a lo que me refiero, ¿no? Sean músicos de todo tipo, ellos van a saber cuáles son sus raíces, cuál es nuestra identidad. Y por otro lado, cuando venimos acá, le digo que me da alegría de ver que ustedes sí aprecian la música mexicana, que hay gente interesada todavía para que no muera nuestra cultura, nuestras raíces, nuestras tradiciones, que son la música, nuestro vestuario, que somos de verdad tan ricos en tantas cosas los mexicanos y que nosotros no lo hemos apreciado, no sabemos apreciarlo cuando estamos en nuestro país. Pues son excelentes amigos, son excelentes compañeros, y yo creo que en el momento que se suben al escenario saben hacerlo, saben cómo manejar al público, saben exactamente qué melodía tocar en el momento, pero además no es nada más el ser profesionales y saber leer una partitura, es el que les sale del corazón hacerlo.
Bueno, mi nombre es Juan Carlos Gaitán Rodríguez, yo soy licenciado en danza escénica por la universidad y me da mucho gusto tener la oportunidad de estar aquí, me da mucho gusto tener la oportunidad de apoyar a la gente mexicoamericana porque sé que son muy celosos, muy cuidadosos de su identidad, muy cuidadosos de sus tradiciones y creo que vale mucho la pena trabajar a la mano, trabajar en conjunto con estas organizaciones como lo es la conferencia para que se siga promoviendo nuestra cultura, se siga promoviendo las tradiciones de México, que eso es sumamente importante, pero creo que lo más importante es que los niños y los jóvenes tienen que tocar, tienen que bailar, tienen que cantar, porque seguro que esos niños que tocan, que bailan, que cantan, son niños que no van a tomar un arma, son niños con sensibilidad, con humanidad y van a ser unas mejores personas y eso le hace mucha falta a nuestra sociedad en la actualidad. Entonces, así como esta conferencia debe haber miles y así como vinieron ahora 300 estudiantes, tendrían que venir 3,000, porque mientras más toquemos a las nuevas generaciones, más vamos a salvar a nuestro mundo. Entonces, sí tenemos mucha responsabilidad nosotros los artistas para que eso suceda. Si tocamos a un niño, si lo sacamos de la calle para que toque un violín, para que toque una guitarra, le estamos salvando la vida al mundo.
Sí, en Veracruz, yo soy maestro en la Universidad Veracruzana, precisamente difundir nuestra cultura, difundir la música a través de todo esto, ¿no? El hecho de compartir y de estar tantos días en clases y de tocar juntos. Bueno, el instrumento es como cualquier otro instrumento, o sea, se requiere de disciplina y de método para llevar a cabo una buena educación, ¿no? Entonces, no hay ningún inconveniente. En cuanto al idioma, bueno, pues tratamos de comunicarnos en inglés y en español y finalmente, pues la música es el idioma universal. Entonces, no tenemos ningún problema sobre todo para que los estudiantes capten precisamente la manera de interpretarlo, porque es muy sencillo relativamente expresarlo en punto y coma, o sea, con papeles y todo esto. Pero más allá del poderlo leer, que es muy importante y es básico, se requiere el sentir, el sentimiento, ¿no? Entonces, eso se puede transmitir sin necesidad de hablar inglés, sin necesidad de hablar español, simple y sencillamente con el gusto y por el amor a la música.
This generation of Cobre, for me, is pretty exciting. I like it. Not because I'm the leader now, because my brother left, but I don't know, these guys are just, they're great. They're great guys and they're great people. Great musicians, great singers. And we actually have a lot of fun. This generation, they're crazy, they're really funny.
We are continuing the tradition that our ancestors set. No, I'm just kidding. The people we used to look up to, and we still look up to, with Israel, Steve, Miguel, Randy, all those guys. The tradition that they set, that they passed down to us, we're proud and happy to be here doing the same thing they were doing so many years ago.
I know these guys. It's been an amazing experience. We started here, many of us started here as students, watching these guys here play, and it's an amazing experience to be up here teaching with them, performing with them. This is life.
Y todavía estamos aquí, gracias a Dios.
It's amazing to see, especially the turnout, considering all we've been through the last year and a half, 2 years. Just to see everyone having the ganas to come back out and learn and play the music we all love, and especially seeing so many people from my hometown of Tucson, and myself being a former Changuito Feo, now being a part of Mariachi Cobre, where they were used to be Los Changuitos Feos. Also, it's even more special for me, and just to see the man that I replaced in Mariachi Cobre, Roberto Martinez, as the instructor of a Tucson mariachi that is here performing to open the show.
I wasn't in Chacos. My dad was, my tío was, my brother was, my cousin was. Todos estaban los changuitos, and then I was on the board of directors for a while, so I do have I love them, and I have some strong ties to them, and now being playing side by side with them, it's llega al corazón.
I was also the Changuitos Feos. Yes, your generation, the Changuitos Feos.
It's a great turnout this year. Great turnout, and I think the workshops were very successful.
Muchas sensaciones tiene la gente dependiendo de la música que uno esté tocando. Si va a tocar una de Juan Gabriel, pues se ponen tristes. Si se va a tocar un son, pues arriba Jalisco, sí señor, ¿cómo no? Y arriba Clermont, porque ya vivo yo en Clermont. Y dicen que somos, después de 5 años ya somos oriundos de ahí.
Un consejo para los niños que van a comenzar otra vez.
¿Cómo no? Un consejo para los niños y para los adultos y para todo el mundo: sean felices.
Lindas mujeres como las flores.
Ando ausente de Jalisco, hace tiempo que no estoy, y aunque lejos de mi tierra, si Dios quiere pronto voy.
Todos somos de Jalisco los que andamos por aquí, tierra linda y soberana, te saludo desde aquí.
Adiós Barranca, donde he vivido, de lo presente, que no te olvido.
Viva Jalisco, tierra de amores, lindas mujeres como las flores.
De la vacilada, es también de la mujer, es también de la mujer, goza de la vacilada. Qué bonitas flores mexicanas,
A mi amor yo le he de llevar un ramito de flores del campo, a que escuchen las flores cantar y las almas se vayan juntando,
y las almas se vayan juntando.
Well, I started in classical music. I was a vocal student at UTEP, and made some friends at UTEP that were in mariachi, and they introduced me to it. They told me I probably would be really good at it, and I tried it out. I auditioned for Mariachi Flores Mexicanas. I was not the director originally, and the director then gave me a chance, and here I am. It's been quite a journey, to tell you the truth. It's becoming director and having to learn by trial and error. Because I made a lot of mistakes as director, a lot. And thankfully the girls stuck by me.
Nostia para siempre, si la vivo por mi gente, y hasta la muerte con mariachi y de vida. ¡Eso! ¡Puro mariachi
cobre! Después de estar en las agrupaciones con Mariachi Vargas, Mariachi Nuevo Tecalitlán, por primera vez me presento aquí en Las Cruces, Nuevo México. Y más contento me siento porque estaré con mis amigos del Mariachi Cobre, que el día de hoy es su aniversario, su 50 aniversario del Mariachi Cobre. Así que me siento muy contento y afortunado por estar este día con ellos y con todos ustedes. Sí, fue difícil. fue difícil ganarme al público después de que me veían ellos pues acostumbrado en las agrupaciones, ¿verdad? Y ahora como solista ha sido difícil porque antes me cobijaban grandes agrupaciones como lo dije anterior, y ahora pues ahora sí dice la palabra solista, te lanzaste de solista y a ver qué vas a hacer, Steven, ¿verdad? Pero yo creo que Dios me quiere mucho, soy de sus consentidos, porque la verdad me ha ido súper bien, el público me ha respondido bonito y pues aquí estoy, he recibido esta invitación del Mariachi Cobre y toda la organización de este evento. Entonces yo creo que soy muy afortunado en la vida, ¿verdad? Entonces pues vamos a darle y esta noche será una gran noche.
I remember the Las Cruces Mariachi Conference when I was in high school, and it was a great experience for me. I only came maybe like once or twice during my sophomore and junior year. But the reason I brought my kids and the reason I continue to keep bringing them is because the attention that they get here, as far as like workshops and even just like the personal attention that they get with the instructors, is not like any other conference. I mean, here, you know, the enrollment is low, but that offers my students an opportunity to have more one-on-one conversations with their instructors, and also just not only to get advice musically, but you know, life skills and life-based advice. And I think that's something that's very, very unique.
Right now was a little bit better. You played that D, which is a concert C, and they're playing E minor. You know what I mean? So we have to, in mariachi that happens sort of a lot. And if it doesn't sound too bad to the ear, it's sort of okay. But then when you start mixing this with a symphony, and there's clashes all over, who's going to say, what's this guy doing? This guy doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know harmony. So we have to know as musicians okay, we'll let it go because it sounds musical. But then we also have to have the musical chops, the knowledge to know. You have to know the rules to break the rules. Right. Because in music there's no rules. But you can't just go and say, well, I'm doing music, there are no rules. No, you gotta know the rules to break the rules. So you gotta really learn a lot.
So we have our ballet folklorico here participating, our mariachi also participating, and some of our students from our conjunto norteño that are exploring mariachi music for the first time. So it's been a wonderful opportunity, and I'm also on the board of directors for the UNESCO Advocates for the Arts, which is the umbrella organization for the Las Cruces International Mariachi Conference. So it's just an honor to continue to build education and knowledge about such a beautiful culture and heritage that we have in this valley.
This is what it's all about. It's about you, your families, paying it forward. Paloma negra,
triste la razón de mi existencia.